Howdy folks, welcome back to the channel. So we're trying something a little bit different today. We are fortunate to be testing out the new Chinook, or CH47D if you prefer, from Miltech Simulations, courtesy of Orbex. So thank you very much, Orbex. Now, I should start by saying I've never flown a chopper of any kind in the sim. Until now, I've strictly been a commercial jet kind of guy, so this could all go incredibly badly. But when Orbex reached out, I really fancied trying something new in the sim. And what caught my eye was how Miltech have not only developed the aircraft, but they've also developed missions that you can do within the aircraft. So I figured we'd have a go at doing one of those and see how we get on. If you are an experienced chopper simmer, please leave a comment, let me know what I'm doing wrong, as frankly, I need all the help I can get over here. So as for what we get in the box, we get a fully modelled cargo bay, which can house a variety of different loads. And of course, we get a highly detailed cockpit. And what I really like is how they've modelled the wear and tear. I mean, this aircraft has been around since the 1960s, still in production, according to its Wikipedia page, of over 1,200 produced as of 2012. Of course, given what the aircraft is used for, we've got an animated cargo ramp along with realistic rotations on the tandem rotors, complete with realistic blade droop. And wait until you hear it. They've done a great job of that distinctive Chinook sound. I think for me, though, the standout feature is how you can carry external loads. So if you opt for an external load via the built-in EFB, the load will spawn next to you, then you have to kind of take off and hover over it to pick up the load. Lots of fun. You get loads of liveries too, 13 in total, including the RAF and the US Army. And what's really nice is that you actually get some sceneries thrown in as well. Some in the UK and overseas, so you're actually getting quite a lot for your money here. I'll leave a link to the Orbex store in the description if you're interested. Don't feel under any pressure. I don't make any money from it. It's just so they know I sent you. Again, massive thanks to Orbex for helping us out with this and allowing us to check this out on the channel. Really, really cool of them. So, with that, let's jump into the cockpit and see what kind of a mess I make of this. Alright folks, we are here loaded into the Chinook, and as you can see, what I've done is I'm in the mission tab on the EFB, and you can see we've got lots of different mission types and you can choose between them all. We've got sort of military exercises, hoists, firefighting. We're going to do a rescue mission today, Alaska Roadside Rescue. I figure Alaska would be a nice pretty place to fly. So you click into it, click activate. Obviously we are already in the mission, so we don't need to activate it. And it kind of gives you your instructions. So we need to take off from Bryant Army Field, heading towards the waypoint Wapru, using the handheld GPS to enter the flight plan, locate the accident zone, find a good area to land, load the injured patients, and then fly us back to where we're currently at. Alright, okay, so that then begs the question, what do we do about the handheld GPS? So you need to go into the config tab, and you can see here you've got to tick show GPS handheld. And if you look down here, see this little thing here? That's what spawns when you have that enabled. So, alright, so I guess we can do a direct to select waypoint Wapru, I would presume. We just type that in here. Enter, activate Wapru. Nice. So now if we go back to our map, hey, there we go, look, we've got a line on it, so it's actually quite far, isn't it? Alright, nice. So I guess we take off and head in that general direction. Cool. So, obviously, I'm just using my stick to fly, and I've got my Airbus throttles. All I've done is I've just bound the power to the, to the throttles here. Make sure, if you're going to have a go at this yourself, make sure you go to the Miltech website, because like I said, they do have a lot of advice on how to configure your controls. I spent probably about 20 minutes going through it all last night before making the video today, so be sure to do that. If you don't do it, you're going to run into all sorts of problems and issues, and you're probably going to think, oh, the Chinook's a load of rubbish, when actually the Chinook's fine. You just need to configure your controls, so double check that stuff. So, I guess we can just go straight up. A little bit more power, get us clear of that building. Let's go. So I'm having to use a little bit of left rudder to actually steer us to the left. It feels like naturally it kind of wants to go to the right. I'm not sure if that's a wind thing or what. Nice, so we're now at full power. What a gorgeous area. Look at that. Very good. And we need to head up to the waypoint. This would be a very good time to enable the Tobii eye tracker, wouldn't it? Because, I mean, look at this scenery. And again, look at all the glass we've got right down to the floor. Really helps you kind of see around. You can imagine if we were trying to land somewhere and we were circling the landing site. That would be incredibly handy to have the eye tracker. Wow. That's very cool. If you're wondering why I'm holding the yoke, it's because I've got a button bound on my yoke to turn the eye tracker on and off. Okay, well I'm going to keep flying. You probably don't want to sit here for however long, maybe half an hour, while I fly in a straight line. I'm going to catch up with you when we have to try and land this thing, because I mean ultimately that's where the fun's going to be, isn't it? Enjoy yourselves. I'll see you in a moment. What is that down there? A large fire engulfed equipment and vehicles. Fortunately, workers were able to extinguish the fires and suffered only minor injuries. But is that the fire? The remains of it? I think that could be us, you know. I think that could be us. Right, let's go. Can we land on that little pathway? Would that be an option, I wonder? Could we land on the road? Alright, let's start bringing our speed back. Yeah, that's got to be it, isn't it? Alright, let's do a little circle. That'll give us time just to slow ourselves up. Let's get the eye tracker on. Oh, look at that. How cool is that? Keep an eye on the instruments. Alright, so after circling and circling and circling, we do have the accident site in sight. So should we try and follow this little road in, use that as like a guide, and then obviously we'll have the accident site ahead of us, so we'll be able to see what we're doing. Hopefully not crash into them. Let's bring our nose up a little bit, because we need to really, really keep an eye on that speed. Start bringing ourselves down as well, so we'll start losing some power. And like, you've got to take your hat off to people that fly these things for real. This is not easy. Not easy at all. So I think we'll try and set it down on that little patch of grass there next to the accident site. Just a touch more power. Looks like we're being blown around a little bit here. Maybe it's the terrain, sort of the wind whipping up and down on it. Hills, after all, are giant ramps, aren't they, for air, so... I need just a touch of left rudder pedal here, just to ensure we're going in the right place. Cool. Don't embarrass yourself now. Can't let Orbecks down, we need to do a good landing for them. Very gently. Very gently. Maybe just a little bit of nose forward just to get us a touch closer. But not too much, otherwise you'll crash into them. You end up like a pendulum. You sort of like pull your nose up to slow yourself down, then you end up going backwards. Then you push your nose forward, start going forward, then you go too fast and rinse and repeat. Right. There we go, that was a little bit too much nose there, wasn't it? Easy does it. Easy does it. That was so difficult. That was so difficult, but really fun. Like, I really recommend you give it a go. Man. Honestly, that made like a jet in a crosswind feel quite manageable. That was very, very tricky. I mean, just trying to keep the Chinook nice and slow, because the thing is, if you dip your nose too much and all of a sudden you're going too fast, and then you try and like bring your nose up to, but then you stop, but you also start coming backwards. You end up sort of swinging backwards and forwards, and then you got the, oh man, what great fun. Let's see where we actually landed. Let's do an outside view. Probably find out we're like on top of a tree. Hey, that's all right. I'll take that. I'll take that. Very nice. Very nice. Right. Parking brake on. So, how do we load? What do we have to do? Locate the accident zone, find a good area to land. Yes, we did. Load the injured patients into your aircraft on the EFB on the load tab. Okay. It's going to be medevac, isn't it? There we go. There they are. Happy days. Okay, so it's a case of flying back to base, and I mean, hopefully the base will be a lot easier to land at than here. This is quite tricky. Oh, that was good fun, that. That was good fun. Very, very grateful for Orbex to hook us up with this one. I nearly said no. I got to be honest, I almost went back to them and said, you know, thanks for the offer, but I'm really a kind of airliner kind of guy, so I'll have to pass, but thanks ever so much. But then I kind of thought, well, that'd be silly. Like, it's a great opportunity. It's good to try something new. And this kind of flying, this kind of low and slow, gets you right into the heart of some amazing scenery that you would otherwise just miss. Not to mention a whole completely different style of flying. So really good fun. I've had a great time doing this. Let me know what you think. Obviously it's a little bit different for the channel. Would you be up for seeing some different stuff? Like maybe some VFR stuff in the future? I don't know. Not committing to anything, but just throwing it out there as an idea. You know, you can rest assured we'll still be doing lots of jet flying because... well, we love that. But this has been great fun. This really has. I've really thoroughly enjoyed myself. So, selfishly, I've had a great time. I'm just curious whether you share the same kind of feelings. I'd love to hear from you in the comments, so do leave us a comment. But we're about half an hour away, I think, roughly, from getting back to base. So I will catch up with you when we're a little bit nearer, as we're starting to focus more on the descent and the kind of approach into the airfield. Basically, you can see me land it and see if I completely mess it up. Nearly home now, folks. The base is just near the water over there, I believe, if memory serves from when we took off. So we're just taking in the views. Loving the Tobii eye tracker with this thing. You can really see so much. Right, so that airport in front of us is not actually where we're going. Our base is kind of behind us. So we're going to do a little bit of a U-turn, while hopefully dropping some speed, because we've got quite a bit to lose. So rather than park where we took off from, we'll try a helipad and see if we can have a go at a little taxi. So we'll go for the one a little bit further away. This is very difficult. I'm absolutely stunned by how difficult this is. Such good fun though. If you fancy a challenge, highly recommend. Okay, there it is. A little bit off the mark at the moment, aren't we? I think it's fair to say. Not going to worry about what direction I face, I'm just going to try and get in that H. That's my challenge I've set myself. Okay, easy does it. Easy does it. Come on. Trying to avoid that kind of pendulum thing that we were talking about. Oh, down you go. Down you go. Got a nice little hover going on. That's something. Down you go. Hey, we're down. Very nice. Look at that, we made it. So apparently now I think we put our steering into... where are we? Into steer. And I think we should be able to have a little taxi. Oh, I've got to thank Orbex for this. This was a really great opportunity. And again, like, one that I almost said no to because I kind of was like, well, I don't really fly helicopters, so I'll probably be rubbish at it, and I shouldn't really be, you know, wasting people's time. I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad we tried something new. I think that's the lesson there, isn't it? Try something new. There is a link in the video description if you wanted to check it out for yourself on the Orbex store. Like I said, I don't make any money from it. It's just so Orbex knows I sent you. I appreciate the video probably says it's got a paid promotion. That's only because you have to disclose that if you were given anything to make the video, and that's, you know, the case here because Orbex did give us the Chinook to check out. So very, very grateful to Orbex for that. What a brilliant bit of fun. And with that, folks, I'm going to try and taxi around here gracefully as I can. And we'll park it up here. And I will say thank you very much indeed for watching. Leave us a comment, let us know. Goodness knows how many mistakes I made in this one. If you know better, you probably do. So I'd love to hear from you. Let me know if you've got any thoughts. Let me know if you like this kind of content, trying something new on the channel. It's always a tricky one because, you know, people like what they like, and when you give them something different, sometimes it's a bit, but who knows. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to stop rambling. Thank you so much for watching. As always, happy flying, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.